Good evening, YouTubers. This will be a shorty, more on lathe stuff. Trying to learn all the names because I keep referring to stuff as this thing or whatever you call this. So hopefully this isn't my exact lathe, but it's close enough in terms of all the same pieces for the most part. So cheat sheet number one. And then I started looking at, and these are labels that were on the pieces of carbide cutters, only I created an image and then enhanced slash redid the labels just on the picture so that I know what pieces I have, at least right now, what cutters I have. And I went online and I'm like, what in the heck are all these codes, I guess? And I may be wrong, but the information that I've found is, again, depending on, like this one says 3/8, and these are both 3/8. Both these sets are 3/8 of an inch. But some of them have a numerical code like 12, 10, 8, and 6, 12 being 3/4, 10 being 5/8, 8 being a half, and 6 being 3/8. So this 6 references the 3/8 size of this particular cutting tool. On some of them, okay, I'll start with like the AL and AR. The A actually means OD facing straight, which isn't so clear except in something like this where the A, so you can see that the cutting edge is straight, whereas a B is not straight. A B is an OD facing angled. B for bent, I guess. So the difference between this BR6-C6 and this AR6-C6 is one straight and one's bent. So that takes care of the A's and the B's. The R, right hand versus left hand. So you'll have an L for left and an R for right. So this is an OD, outside diameter, facing right hand, and this 6 again is that 3/8 inch, and then you get to the dash 6C. So that is, from my understanding, the carbide rating. The higher the rating, the stronger the carbide. So the C2s, this half of the set, is a softer carbide rating than the other side of the set. And based on my readings, you know, carbide is for cast iron, the C2 rather of the carbide, the softer of the carbide, is for cast iron, brass, and aluminum, because C2 is softer, or rather on the softer end of the carbide scale. And it's needed because cast iron and brass have a tendency for the material to break instead of shear, whereas the harder carbide would cause that breaking or shearing. So again, more learning. These are all, you know, non-adjustable, and I wouldn't call these adjustable, replaceable in terms of the carbide tips. So again, half a dozen to 1/6 of another. And then along the same lines, you know, the AR, straight right, outside diameter, for the B being angled and right. F, I'm going to say, is flat. I could be wrong. Or maybe FL. I'm not sure if that's for grinding. ER, I believe that's for a thread cut. This is a cutting tool. I think these two are also threads. I have them listed as outside diameter sharp / threading tools. TSA, not sure what those two are, and I'm not sure what the C is, unless that's also cutting. So if somebody wants to fill me in, because down here I've got parting tools, turning tools, right hand turning, left hand turning, radius, thread cutting, so E looks like thread cutting, chamfering tool, which looks like this particular angle here, right hand roughing, right hand finishing, so it looks like the roughing is a thicker blade with a sharper angle than the finishing, as well as the facing. Looks like the facing has a little radius as opposed to a point. So again, maybe this is why, you know, my cutting doesn't necessarily look like what I think it should be looking like. But again, it's a learning process for me. So no shortage. And I'm going to put a cheat sheet of this and some other stuff on the back of my lathe that you'll probably see in the near future. But yeah, heck of a good time, but major learning. Feels like Reloading 101 about 14 years ago. Later. All right, if you have an astute eye, you will know that this is a unbagging, because I had ordered some stuff, and I'll call it a mixed lot. And this is more of my never-ending quest for lathe goodies. And I'm gonna do a project. I talked about this project, this failed project, in a video of the upgrades or lathe usage, which you may not have yet seen, because I haven't published any of the upgrade videos yet. But in any case, the video talked about my attempt at making a carriage lock. And in theory, that should be pretty simple. In reality, it was not. You know, I machined the pieces and everything, but it just didn't work. So I spent some time online, and I looked for some ideas to copy. I don't have any issues with taking somebody else's idea and implementing that. I think that's the best form of compliment is imitation. In any case, I had previously, before I bought this lathe, looked at a used lathe that already had a milling attachment on it. It was a combo unit, an older Grizzly G056, I think. Sold for about $2,000 new, and the guy wanted way too much money. And he was about an hour's drive, and the machine weighs about 400 pounds, and I could probably take it apart and put it in the car and blah, 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 blah. It might take a couple people to move, yada, yada, yada. But the deal breaker was how quickly he would respond to questions like, you know, can you give me dimensions? Can you give me additional pictures? I decided, and this was on Marketplace, I decided to do a quick look, and sure enough, he had stolen the picture he was using for his sale from somebody who had just gotten the exact same lathe in 2013, so 10 plus years ago. So the picture he was trying to promote as his own wasn't even his own. That's a big red flag for me, which means whatever he's trying to sell is in crappier condition, and he doesn't want to show that condition. So I was very interested in milling. Not that I would do a lot of milling, so I thought it was convenient to have a combo package. But after a little more research, it is possible with an attachment to turn the lathe into more than a lathe, like a mini milling machine. So I decided to get some high-speed drill bits so that I'm not breaking my wood drill bits or my non-high-speed metal drill bits for lathe-related projects. So I can't see needing, you know, a huge set. Again, I'm a beginner, so who knows what will happen. You know, it's kind of like my reloading career. Started with Lee and grew from there. And I hate when they do this shit and you can't get anything out. Fudgy. Too difficult. There we go. So what does it say? 1/4 inch high-speed steel co. Maybe that's the name of the company. High-speed steel company. Cobalt. Maybe that means cobalt. Maybe CO means cobalt. Who knows? M35 high-speed steel cobalt, fully ground process, split point, flute type spiral, blah, 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 blah. So this goes in the drawer of lathe accessories, because you saw that I had my imitation or fake Jacobs tailstock chuck to mount so that I can do some drilling operations. And there's obviously more accessories coming as the wallet screams in pain. The I guess the accessory videos will have to be, the upgrades and accessories will have to be broken into like maybe 3 videos because there's so many. It's like Christmas times 3. All right, that's it for now. Hello, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you again. So I've been assembling, or at least compiling, a whole bunch of what I'm going to call, I was thinking they were going to be called upgrades for the lathe, but actually I wouldn't call them upgrades as much as I would call them necessities. So yes, the tool, the quick change tool post holder, and its whatever these are called, it's holdies, the holder and the holdies, the quick change tool post tool adapters. I'll look up and see what they're called, their official name, but you get the idea. I would call that an upgrade. That was unnecessary, but even in my short learnings, oh, what a game changer, truly, in terms of adjustability, quick adjustability, as well as change out. Because whenever I post my Hornady Case Prep Center pilot tool creation, I used a bunch of tools, and you can see this one and how I'll call it burnt. I don't care what speed I was turning that stainless steel at, low speed, high speed. This piece of shit cutter parting tool, and I watch videos on how to do parting in terms of what angle to come in at it, and the cutting oil, and OMFG, this was useless. And then when I checked more online, everyone's bashing it, saying, yeah, this is for really cheesy, light jobs. And again, I was doing something that I would call a cheesy, light job. So that didn't work out well. So I jump online and ordered the replacement, which hopefully is a little more robust. Okay, bigger, robust. In fact, let me get my quick change adapter. So what was funny was when this came, and I ordered this with a bunch of other necessities / upgrades, and everything comes in at different times. So I think I'm on my chapter 3 of my additions / upgrades. And obviously the picture, and I didn't pay enough attention, you know, these aren't even stamped high-speed steel as the picture reflects, so I don't even know what this is. This could be just Chinesium garbage, and based on the price, it probably is. All of this was less expensive than these two parting tools. But when I got this, and it came with this tool piece, I thought, oh, let me put it in my parting tool adapter. And it didn't take long to realize, well, that won't fit. That's not going to go. So let me grab the Allen wrench for that. So I'll put this away because that's not happening unless maybe the Allen wrench is the same size. I might be able to luck out here. Ooh, and it is. All right, so I don't have to put you on pause and have you come back. All right, so we're going to pick one. Oh, and this one actually is labeled, so that's cool. Whereas the picture, this is what I hate when you're ordering online, and the picture for all of these had all of these laid out, and all of them were stamped the same as this, only different, obviously different size. So I thought, oh, that's kind of shitty, but you know, it is what it is. So I don't know if this is sealed or just oiled shut. We're going to find out in a second. It is just oiled shut. But because the oil creates such a vacuum, I'd like to save the sleeve for something future-ish. I don't like throwing stuff away. Let me grab a towel to hopefully not cut myself as I... All right, so we're going to do something like that. Ooh, talk about... let's prep this a little better. So I think the most valuable thing out of this tool set is this Allen wrench. I'm going to guess that's too much. Ooh, very close. All right, so we're going to try and tighten that. All right, that is in there. That is in there, and we now have what I would call a little more legit parting tool, because I had lots of challenges parting that 1/4 inch piece of, I don't even think it was a full 1/4 inch stainless. I mean, you can see, obviously I was turning too fast because there's a burn mark, but again, it didn't matter how slow or fast, it wasn't, it was just chattering, and everything was locked in place. So methinks that it was just too small for that particular job and or material. So hopefully I'm going to try the same thing, not tonight, not on video, because videoing my failures is becoming all too common. I'm going to try it and see if I can cut something, and if this is a success or not. So I'll adjust in my tool post, up or down, bust out the dead center, and make sure I'm at the right angle, or at least at the right height, the tip for the center of the lathe, and then I will give that a shot. So that is it for tonight. Hello, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you once again. And we've got a project and an unbagging. And some delicious hot tea. So let's get rid of the unbagging first. So this is an addition to the lathe. But it's an addition I've already made. And by that I mean I bought this particular product a year ago? This exact one. So for my Dylan XL750, I got something similar to this. And for my Craftsman 14-inch bandsaw that I turned into a metal bandsaw by doing a gear and belt change to slow the RPM down. So I have one of my Craftsman bandsaws that is dedicated to metal, and the other 14-inch bandsaw that is dedicated to wood. And that's worked out really well. But the way I have them situated is I have this exact light as a tool for being in front of my work. And the reason I like this particular light better than the one I did for the Dylan XL750, 3.5 years ago, was on the 750, it's also a magnetic base, but the on and off switch is on the base. And for the lathe, as well as the bandsaw, I have the magnet / whatever base in the back. So on the lathe, this is on the backsplash, the chip backsplash. And I'll share a picture of that or show it off here in a little while. So because I like this so much, for the bandsaw, I decided I would, and this looks new. I don't think mine had that. This is cool. A little rubber, whatever. I'll have to see if the one I put on the lathe. So I stole the one on the bandsaw and put it on the lathe for now. And my intent was to purchase another one and put it back on the bandsaw. But I don't know. Maybe this will go on the lathe. We'll see. But what's cool about this, as I ramble, people complain about my rambling. You talk too much. What's cool about this, but wait, there's more. What I really liked was, again, no on and off switch on the base, and the levels of light intensity are, well, it probably helps if I turn it on, are touch sensitive. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. And let me turn off some light here so you get a better idea. So where I have the bandsaw in the garage, you know, if it's dimly lit or the light doesn't reach, you know, my work area can be extremely well illuminated. So this is cool. And it works really nice on the lathe because I can position this head, you know, over the work area when nothing's in the way. Whereas I see a lot of people have like a magnetic light with a very limited gooseneck over by the power controls, and I didn't like that. So this was a cool upgrade. Yet another upgrade. Put that off to the side. So 3 levels of brightness, touch control, magnetic base, and it's called the LED lamp. LED MAMP. I wonder, is the L near the M on the keyboard? I don't remember. L. No, I don't think the keys for the keyboard are the same. So, yeah, that's a MAMP. Yeah, the good old MAMP. It's a MAMP. It's a MAMP. And there's the product number, X0029PEAOL, and it just says machine light. But I like the fact that it's touch sensitive. That was cool. And multiple levels, so it's not just on or off, which a lot of other lights are. I'll probably splice this in, but here is the light hitting my work directly, and it's out of the way, and I can move it with relative ease, and it's pretty firm on the magnet on the base, so that's a win.